Soul Choice 2 in front. Dunkel's finishing like a shot out of a gun. Here comes the favourite, Dunkel, with a bit of touch of class, goes on to beat the filly Soul Choice. Spirit Ridge still in front. Swords Drawn can't get Spirit Ridge, and Spirit Ridge wins by 3/4 Swords Drawn. Chestnut's bird for home. He's got it in the bag. He's a length and a half in front, and the jump back goes on to win. The jump back wins by about a length on the line. Second to Jungle.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for Moonee Valley Racing this weekend. Quite keen on a few on this card, and what looks a very competitive race card, more competitive than what we've seen in most recent weeks. Last meeting before the autumn starts ramping up next weekend with the Australia Stakes, but I'm quite keen on a couple on this card, so let's get into the preview and find the winners, and hopefully we get a few more.
Race number 1 at the Valley, and it's a 2-year-old plate over the 1,200 metres, and I'm with the favourite for the first, and that's international for the Cummings team and for Jamie Carr. 54 from barrier number 2, I think is going to set up shop or settle in a prominent position, because I think it'll jump well. It didn't really jump well in its last trial, but it won it impressively. And with Jamie Carr aboard, she can get horses out of the gates and up on the speed well. So I'm banking on that here. Get it out of the gates, get it up on speed from barrier number 2, kick hard, and just be too good for them. From some people call me for second. I thought it was the main danger to the favourite. Kieran David Eustace, debutant for Ethan Brown in the saddle. He's going really well out of the sire of Maurice. We've seen one of his progeny win today at Sandown, so good chance. Amur has a 1,200 metre win at the Valley already under his belt and has Damien Oliver sticking in the saddle. It's a good chance for the Cummings stable. They have 2 on the race, and Picky debut down the straight at Flemington on debut and is my 4th selection. But international race 1 at the Valley, I think, can win it. 20 the win to start the day. And race number 2 at the Valley, and it's the moral of the day coming up here, and it's Unflinching over the 1,000 and the benchmark 78 handicap. Very, very keen on this horse's chances. Drawn the 2, Amy McLucas in the saddle, claiming the 3 off the 58, brings the weight down to a very reasonable weight. Was unlucky first up, blew it out in front, was run down by a very smart horse in Unflinching, then went to Sandown and ran really well. Led comfortably, but bailed up towards the end and was gallant running second, considering the other leader in the race dropped right out of it. So he's going to go forward here. Not sure he's going to be able to cross young Liam early, but he can take a set and just still be too good for him. He has miles on these, and he will be too good for them. Way to the Stars is probably going to be running at Doomben, or to run here, and is the only chance if it runs here to beat Unflinching. Young Liam and Lady Solly, I thought, the other others probably not. They're about the right prices, double-figure quotes. But Unflinching race 2 at the Valley will be winning 50 the win on the Speedster. Race number 3 at the Valley is a Fillies and Mares benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,000 metres, and I'm with Cotel here. The horse on the way up didn't handle the 1,200 last start at this track. Back to the 1,000 metres. I think this horse is going live. 2 from 4 for Peter Moonee, and a third to go along with that. Carleen Heppel brings the weight down to 56.5 from barrier 5, and considering it'll be up on speed, I think it's going to be way too good for these. From Berry Bubbly for second, has a lightweight for John McNeil, and loves the Valley. Doesn't seem to perform anywhere else, but I still think it run well here. Bella Sorellina has to come up in grade, and Okay to Pay could give some cheek up on speed. But Cotel for mine, race 3 at the Valley, 30 the win, quite confident. Race number 4 at the Valley, and it's a 3-year-old benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,500 metres. And when I was doing the form, I looked through it and thought, gee, Shuffle Dance is an absolute standout here. And then I looked at the price and thought, oh, it's a $2 favourite. But even though, having said that, it should just be winning here. Drawn beautifully for Ben Mallam in the 4 with the 56 for Peter Moonee. Was very gallant last start in defeat, and had before that was a dynamic winner at Sandown. And I think can bounce back into the winner's stool here and do it in dominant style. From Testador second, the Border Hopper coming over from South Australia for Jamie Carr, drawing the 8. Don't know where it gets to in the run, but I think they'll press forward from the barrier. Running on time, 2 from 2 for Marius's Mark Zara, for drawing the 7. And Michelotti has to get back to its former last preparation, but I still think can run well. But Shuffle Dancer, the one to beat here, 40 the win. Race number 5 at the Valley, and it's a benchmark 78 handicap over the 2,040 metres. Now, this is a race where I saw it as one horse is going to be up on speed and going to be fighting, but the others will be chasing, and that's Chandon Burj. I'm pretty keen on its chances here, and it's been well supported from $8.50 now to $5.50 for Damien Oliver and the Trent Buston and Yale Young Camp. Drawn the 4, I think will lead this field quite comfortably in a race where there doesn't look a lot of speed. I mean, Aaron Bay will go for, but that's drawn 10, so it's going to be out there for a long way. And if the track gets down to a soft track, it's an absolute moral here. 3 from 4 on soft ground and a second. Handles a good track, but if it gets into the soft range, it's the one to beat, and it still is the one to beat. Goes forward. D. Oliver, front runner, 2,000 metres. It's probably going to be like River Plate at Sandown the other week, and I think it'll be winning here. From Ain'tnodeeldun, I'm going to give this horse one more chance here to see if it can bounce back into the winner's still. From the Nephew, who I think will be too far back. Kwoi was a good winner last start, but don't know if it can repeat it. But Chandon Burj on top, race 5 at the Valley, 25 the winner, and 10 the win on Ain'tnodeeldun. Race number 6 at the Valley is a benchmark 64 handicap over the 1,200 metres, and the one quite clearly to beat is Ice Picnic for the Marius's Camp. Jamie Carr they're putting on with the 62 from Barrier 7. They're going for a senior with the weights. They're going for an apprentice and probably losing the race. They're putting Jamie Carr on. That speaks in volume to me with the 62, and I think it'll be too good for this field. From the Haas for second, probably he'll go forward from the barrier, drawing the 1 for Celine Gaudray and Julius Sandu. Hongbao is accepted 2 races here and also South Australia, so wondering where it goes. Hopefully it'll run here. It's a good chance. It won't beat the favourite, but it'll run quite clearly top 3. And Lord Paramount as a good first 4 chance. But Ice Picnic, the winner of race 6, very confident, 35 the win. Race number 7 at the Valley, and it's a benchmark 84 handicap over the 1,200 metres. Dance to Dubai on top here, and quite clear the one to beat for Carleen Heffel and Peter Moody. Carleen Heffel brings her weight down to 55.5, and from barrier number 4, I expect it to be like last start. Go to the lead and be too strong for them. Beat a good horse last start in Vermentino. I think can go back to back here. Open favourite, and I will be very surprised if it's not well supported on the day and leading up to race day. Clearly the one to beat here from Bill the Box. It was disappointing when resuming, but I think can run well here for Blake Shin for the McAvoy's, drawn 7. Picargo, the Border Hopper for Ryan Balfour. Jamie Carr booked. Whenever it's past 2, good chance. And Watch Me Dance, the former Perth mare, having its first run in Melbourne, $26. It seems the right price. But Dance to Dubai for me, race 7 at the Valley, 30 the win. And race number 8 at the Valley, it's a benchmark 100 handicap over the mile, and I'm going with one of my favourites here, and that's Corner Pocket. I'm going with him again. I gave him another chance last start, and he duly saluted. He loves good tracks. He loves soft ground. He loves Moonee Valley, and if the draw is used, I hope that they kick him up, because it's the only way he's going to win. If they get back from barrier 1, settle midfield, they're not going to be winning. But if they kick 4 from barrier number 1, Tommy Stockdale in the saddle, he'll run them off their feet and be too strong here. From Savannah Cloud for second is the other one that's in really good form. Won its past 4 in a row. Matty Lloyd bringing the weight down to 53.5. It has to be considered one of the leading chances here. Sosibon beat Detonator Jack last start. Big win. Posted after a long break. Can he back it up? He's always been in form. An explosive Jack. I know that this is a prep run for something further, but he has, if we're being honest, miles of class on these, but just might need to run first up. A Corner Pocket for mine, race 8, 25 the win. Hope he leads, kicks, wins. And race number 9 at the Valley, the get out of the day, and it's a benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,600 metres, and I'm Hennessy Lad to finish the day. Very good horse, this winner of its first 2, narrowly denied last start behind a Stace Class horse and Papillon Club. Drawn the 2, Luke Nolan, Peter Moonee. Good way to finish the day, and I think we can here with a $6 winner. Quite happy to be on here. I thought it was between him and Euro Dandy. Euro Dandy's had a lot more chances, though, but is going to run well here for Chris Calthorpe and Blake Shin. 3&4pence had absolutely no luck last start and gets Jamie Carr on the settle for the Brown camp and shock him over. If he produces anything like he did in his first racing campaign, he'd just win this, but my query is, does he need to run? But Hennessy lad on top, race 9 at the Valley, 30 the win. I'm quite confident Peter Moonee can end the day with a winner. Thank you ever so much for watching my tips. Hope you find some winners, hope you back some winners, and I'll see you next weekend for Moonee Valley for the Australia Stakes meeting, the